The average 30-year fixed rate over history, going back to 1971, per a site I have, was roughly 7.73%. Conventional 30-year fixed. Where should we expect them to be during the next 1, 3, 5 years? Well, although the Fed has been very clear and they do still expect on average of all the Fed chair members an expectation of 3.25% rate drops before the end of 2024. But where we are today, we may not be in unpermanent rate territory. The reality is that first trust home mortgage rates in the 6s and 7s are normal rates, okay? These are not high versus history, okay? They may be high versus recent history, but that was largely due to years succeeding the housing crash of 08, 09, and then the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, if you look back at roughly a 15-year history preceding the 08, 09 housing crash, which marked an equilibrium during those 15 years, succeeding the inflationary times of the late 70s. It took a long time for rates to come back down after that. Rates were mostly in the 6s and 7s for that 15-year period, with a few times where they hit the high 5s. So it's safe to expect this sort of rate environment for the norm, okay? More often than not for the long run. Now, a lot of this hinges on politics. Rates often drop in an election year. You would expect the Biden administration to put pressure on the Fed to be friendly to homeowners during this time. Also, if Trump gets back in office, remember how he put pressure on the Fed and Jerome Powell to keep rates low during his term to help our companies compete on the global market. But honestly, this is all speculation. No one knows for sure. Just don't tell yourself that you know that rates are going to get back to the 4s and 5s. Okay, that's just irresponsible, and I would call that detrimental to yourself. Okay, it's really hard to foresee where the rate market will go, and even the so-called experts are wrong much more often than they're right.